represent Solomon Island people say. We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more than my culture is falling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling. Now when this stuff, ain't nobody gonna stop us.
Previously on Delos. We got our new Buddha sail from the Super Sail Makers, and our crew contest winners Michael and Nicole joined Delos for a Thailand cruise.
Alright, so we're on a bit of a mission. We're not good planners when we were back in America and Sweden, and so we didn't get our Indian visas. And so now we're in Thailand, and it's a bit of a challenge because for some reason here, to get the Indian visa, you have to actually go to Bangkok. And we're in Phuket. So we have to go on this mission of getting to Bangkok, organizing the services with the travel agents so that they can help us get the visa, so that we can get our fingerprints taken, photos taken. And so that's our mission for this afternoon.
You might be wondering why we need Indian visas in the first place. Well, as we plan to cross the Indian Ocean this year, we will be cruising into the Andaman Islands, a territory of India. Normally visas are super easy to get and can be done either online or when arriving into the country, but not for India. We contacted a travel agent in Phuket to help us through the process.
So we found Emotion Travels, and now we're gonna go in and talk to Elle, our girl that is helping us out a little bit. So we're gonna see what the deal is and if we can pay and what other information they need.
So we gave Elle our passports and got a phone number to a guy that would meet us in Bangkok the following Monday. Next it was photo taking time, and like all visa photos, these turned out just like mugshots.
Nice job. Okay, thank you.
Unfortunately, it wasn't convenient at all for us to sail anywhere close to Bangkok. So we decided that our best bet was to leave the boat in Phuket, fly to Bangkok and make a weekend of it. So we put Delos in a secure marina, turned off the batteries, locked her up and headed for the airport.
He's made it to Bangkok. Now we're in this crazy taxi ride. We don't really know where we are or where we're going, but it'll be good. We'll get there in the end.
We're in good hands. So the taxi driver took a little bit of a wrong turn. But it turned out pretty good because we ended up walking down this sweet alley that has some pretty good, I think it's good because we saw local people eating their street food, so we're gonna go for that. And we found our hotel too. So we're sorted and we're in Bangkok, and I think it's gonna be a pretty cool weekend.
So we ordered chicken pad thai and we got this, which I have no idea what it is. It looks good. This looks awesome. Very hot.
With this being the weekend and Bangkok being known for all its amazing temples, the next morning we hopped into a tuk-tuk and checked them out. First stop, the Grand Palace. We totally missed the dress code, so to be allowed in we had to borrow some proper clothes.
So we're in the Grand Palace, we came in. I'm a little bit hotly dressed, but we're good.
Sweet skirt, right?
And everything is like gold, sparkly, really, really beautiful. a lot of Buddha statues, a lot of elephants, and it's a cool place.
This temple was constructed in the late 1700s and was home to the Thai king up until 1925. Although it's a massive tourist destination, the palace is still used for ceremonies and prayers. I felt a peaceful and harmonic feeling entering the temple. We sat down for a while, tried to be mindful and just listen to the amazing sounds of the prayer. And the statues that weren't already painted gold got covered in hundreds of real gold flakes as an offering to Buddha.
What's going on?
Just getting some pad thai. Went to the temple, it's pretty cool. Now we're trying to venture to another one. But I think we have to take a little pit stop to get some fuel. Pad thai.
Thank you.
As we jumped off the boat on the other side of the river, the whole pier was filled with hundreds of really well-fed pigeons.
No, just buy like a slice, you bang a whole bowl like, per person. It's going a little bit insane here, okay?
It's just going crazy.
And as we ventured further into the market, we found the local pet shop as well. They had so many creatures that I had never seen before. Every bucket was filled with turtles, eels, and a huge variety of fish-like animals. The Temple of Dawn was next. This one was built in the 1600s and named after the Hindu god Aruna, who is often personified by the rising sun. The spires from this temple really make it special, as the view is amazing.
Beautiful view though, so nice up here. Buddha, dude, really freaking shiny.
The next day we jumped on the bus to go to one of the biggest markets in town.
So we've been on a little mission this morning to find the Chatuchak weekend market, and we're here, so let's go check it out.
It was a maze with around 15,000 booths that sold all kinds of awesome things. All for a fraction of the cost that you will normally find it. I was in heaven.
Thank you. What is the major downfall of Karin?
We'll never have enough bikinis.
bikinis everywhere.
So while I was shopping, Brian wandered off to find the food. Big surprise.
So this is a beef naan wrap, street food, and it's like delicious, spicy, everything good, and just about $1. So this is coconut milk ice cream topped with mango, and it is fantastic. Served in a coconut shell for 35 baht. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to.
After our weekend of temples and markets, it was time to do what we came to Bangkok for.
So now we are off to the Indian embassy to leave our passports because they're gonna stamp it and take it for 10 days. And yeah, it's really interesting. We're gonna meet with some guy on the second floor and hope for the best, huh?
Before we go to India, we need to get our visas. And normally when you apply for a visa there, you have to have things like a hotel reservation and a flight in and out of the country. And because we don't have any of that, we met Mr. Tho, who made some copies of some things and filled in some other information that will probably work. But I think we're sorted. I feel good about it. I think we've got about 10 days to kill before we get our visas back, so now we're just traveling on like copies of our passports, which is a little strange, but I think we'll make it work. But it's a pretty massive relief to have it done.
So with 10 days to kill, we flew back to Phuket to do some last-minute boat projects before our new crew arrives.
Cruising isn't all about beaches, sailing, and drinking. Sometimes it's boat work in exotic places. Instead of lounging on the beach, you're elbow deep in the bilge. Or in my case today, zooming around Phuket looking for obscure boat repair parts.
If you got nobody, see no one to turn to. Call a 999, since you be my
When I find a well-stocked hardware store, I sort of wander around with a glazed look in my eyes, searching for that perfect little treasure. Today I was on a special mission though. Our furler motor for the main had stopped working, so I was trying to find carbon brushes to repair. The shop girls thought I was a little crazy with a camera and a smartphone, until I showed them what I was up to. They had repair kits for electric power tools, which actually included carbon brushes. They were a little big, but I was pretty sure I could file them down to make it work.
Thank you. So this is part of the furler motor for the mainsail, and it melted on our last sail for some reason. This little guy kind of got heated up. I think there was like a loose connection or it got wet or something, and it just melted the whole thing and destroyed itself. And you can't find these things here. Nobody sells them, but I went to the hardware store and it turns out that these brushes are almost the same size. They're just slightly bigger. So I'm gonna try and file it down and see if I can get it to approximately the right size and see if I can get the motor working again.
My second mission was to repair our trusty water maker. Since leaving Seattle, we've run it just over 800 hours, making nearly 144,000 liters of water. but now it was out of commission due to metal fatigue. This strange-looking chamber attaches at the high-pressure side of the pump, and over the years, the metal connecting piece had finally cracked and broken off, spraying a jet of high-pressure salt water all over our engine room. Normally you could pop on down to the distributor and buy the parts needed, but not in Thailand. With the manufacturer in France, service rep in Spain, and parts supplied from Germany, I like my odds of fixing it locally rather than trying to get parts delivered. I was off in search of a hydraulic shop that knew what they were doing. A few crazy looks and a rough drawing later, we had a metal piece machine to accept standard hydraulic fittings. Yeah, it looks good. Nice. Beautiful. Now it was time to make a flexible high-pressure hose to connect it all together. Oh yeah, perfect. As good as new, and the flexible hose should prevent the fatigue that happened before. Our next mission required the use of a car, so we took Maggie into the ghetto pier at the center of Long Bay. Okay, so this is the cruiser car special. No power steering, no AC, manual transmission, sporty racing wheel, no fuel, and we're off. Delos has bunks for 6 people, but this season we were going to be super full and have 7. We needed to extend our pass-through bunk from a single to slightly larger than a single for Karen's friends arriving from Sweden in just a few days. Karin and I had crafted a plan of sorts, and we were in need of raw materials, namely plywood. The only thing we can do in Thai is order food and beer, and we aren't really that good at that, but luckily, the metric system is understood around the world.
Oh, you think you can make that turn? No way.
Do. See? I don't know. And finally, since Brady and Yasha were returning back from their super yacht adventures, I thought I'd better get the air conditioning fixed, just in case they'd gone soft on us. "15 years of saltwater corrosion had taken its toll on the condenser, which had in turn wrecked the compressor. No worries, you can get just about anything fixed in Phuket. How's that?
Oh yeah!
Is it cold?
It's so cold. And it's really, really nice. Feel that breeze.
With Karin digging the AC, it was back to the bed project. All right, Frida and Max, your love tunnel is ready and waiting. Right on time, we got word that our passports had arrived from Bangkok, so we jumped on a scooter and headed to downtown Phuket.
So, just picking up our passports. They arrived, so very good news.
That's me.
That's right. Oh, that's the visa, huh?
Oh, look at that. that guy. Nice.
That's great. So
It's double entry, no? Double entry.
Okay, double entry.
Entry.
So 6 month, perfect.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Up next, our new crew, Frida and Max, arrived from Sweden. We pulled Delos out of the water and get straight to work giving her a makeover.
You come back and I'm wrong. You come back and I'm wrong. Hey, I'm running out of my time. Yeah. You come back, running out of my time. But I ain't gonna put up with you stepping over the line.
No, I can't drink anymore. I drank way too much at the other place.
We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more semi-culture.
So we have to go on this mission of getting to Bangkok, organizing the services with the travel agents so that they can help us get the visa, so that we can get our fingerprints taken, photos taken. And so that's our mission for this afternoon.
You might be wondering why we need Indian visas in the first place. Well, as we plan to cross the Indian Ocean this year, we will be cruising into the Andaman Islands, a territory of India. Normally visas are super easy to get and can be done either online or when arriving into the country, but not for India. We contacted a travel agent in Phuket to help us through the process.
Now we have a step up for the past 20
Previously on Delos, we got our new Buddha-Man sail from the Super Sailmakers, and our crew contest winners Michael and Nicole joined Delos for a Thailand cruise.
Alright, so we're on a bit of a mission. We're not good planners when we were back in America and Sweden, and so we didn't get our Indian visas. And so now we're in Thailand, and it's a bit of a challenge because for some reason here, to get the Indian visa, you have to actually go to Bangkok. And we're in Phuket.
Unfortunately, it wasn't convenient at all for us to sail anywhere close to Bangkok. So we decided that our best bet was to leave the boat in Phuket, fly to Bangkok and make a weekend of it. So we put Delos in a secure marina, turned off the batteries, locked her up and headed for the airport.
He's made it to Bangkok. So we're in this crazy taxi ride. So we found Emotion Travels, and now we're gonna go in and talk to Elle, our girl that is helping us out a little bit. So we're gonna see what the deal is and if we can pay and what other information they need.
So we gave Elle our passports and got a phone number to a guy that would meet us in Bangkok the following Monday. Next it was photo taking time. And like all visa photos, these turned out just like mugshots.
Nice shot.